ठीक है, मैं लाइव करूं?
हाँ सर, कर दीजिए।
ठीक है, यू आर लाइव।
ओके सर।
कैन यू स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग?
Okay, I hope I am visible and audible to everyone. If you can tell me that I am audible and visible both in the chat box so that we can start the session today. Sir, am I audible?
Yes,
I think
you
so.
are
I am.
audible and visible. So, audible,
Okay.
I'll have to see.
Yeah,
Yes.
I am getting some responses from people that I am visible and audible both. So we'll wait for some time and then we will start today's live. Hi everyone, those who have joined, good evening. Audible? Okay. Thank you so much for telling me that I'm visible and audible both. Welcome back to our online live session today, in which we will be talking about TCS NQT previous year questions, and we will be talking about how to plan and how to prepare for it. So we will take another 1 minute for people to join so that we have good audience and we can have a great session. I hope all of you are doing very well. I am Isha Greva, your soft skills and verbal ability trainer. And today we will talk about some previous year questions of specifically TCS NQT, because we all know that we have been very rigorously preparing for TCS NQT. They are planning for their written exam very soon. So, okay, quickly, if you can tell me, is my screen visible to all of you, those who are there in the meeting, in the live session? Okay. Okay, great. So my screen is also visible. I am also visible. So we can start with the talking thing. And yeah, so I was telling you about TCS NQT, which is planning its written exam quite soon. And we are over here, we at Online Study for You. We have been trying very hard that students out there, they should not face any problem and they should be ready to face the written exam, the written paper. So as we have talked many times about what content to prepare, how to prepare, right? So very quickly, I will tell you again that what are the things that we are going to take care about when we plan for TCS NQT. Not specifically for TCS NQT, guys. If I talk about any exam placement test, so you know that there are three parameters. You have to qualify your written exam, then you have to qualify your technical round, and then you appear for your interview round. So before the very first thing that you need to be very good at is the written test. And as you know that there are three sections which you have to be good at in the written test. That is QA, that is quantitative aptitude. Then we have logical reasoning. Then we have verbal ability, which is what we are going to talk about today. So as we can see that there is in the exams, in the written test, there is no negative marking that we are going to have. And the question paper pattern, it can vary from companies to companies. Time management is very important, because you know that there are MCQs that we are going to follow. We are going to work on MCQs. So time management एक चीज है जिसपे you have to be very good at, so that you don't waste a lot of time. Then we have talked about elimination method, that how to use elimination method in MCQ kind of questions, that so that a lot of time is saved. Scoring part of the test is verbal ability. So when we talk about VA, it is the most scoring part, because if you know good English, you would be able to solve the questions of English. So I'll quickly share with you the session that we are going to. First of all, I would want to show you that we are offering you. Let me share my screen very quickly. That this is the course that we are offering to all of you guys, just for your benefit, your sake, so that you can prepare very properly for your written test. This is our Achievers batch, and this is specifically for this is just a TCS NQT crash course that we are offering you over here. So in this particular course, we are running our verbal ability, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, everything. So we are providing you with the live classes also, and we are providing you with the content and the Zoom classes also, so that you can prepare and you can appear for the tests, the written tests. So this is a course that you can get enrolled with, and you can see us in the classes. In the classes, there is a lot of discussion and the content that goes on. So it is a great learning opportunity, and also because placement is the prime objective. We all over here are trying hard for your placement. So this is a very good opportunity that you have, and you can be a part of it. Also, I would want to quickly show you that who are the people, like what would you be doing in the classes. So these are the sessions that we plan for you all. So on Mondays, we generally go with verbal ability, which is taken by me. So I am Isha here for you. So I take VA part, verbal ability and soft skills also, that interview preparation thing. Then on Tuesdays, we go for coding, because you know that companies are definitely asking you for coding stuff. Then we go for aptitude and reasoning by Prateek sir on Wednesdays. So you learn aptitude and reasoning part from Prateek sir. Thursdays again for coding, and then Fridays we have aptitude and reasoning again by Prateek sir. And Saturdays we have live mock tests, because without giving mock tests, you would never be able to understand, guys, that how far are you, what all things you have to prepare for. So these are the things. See, we have a very good lot of students who have already been placed from our side, and we get lots of responses from them that the classes that we have provided them and the content that we have provided them, it has helped them a lot to get placed. So these are a few screenshots that I would love to share, because these are my students, these are our students, and they are now placed and doing really well in their lives. So just a glimpse, because I am quite proud of this. So these are the things that you get to be experienced and get experience of. So I always share this before I start my lecture. So coming back to our TCS NQT previous year questions, we would be talking about some questions, and we will be understanding how to solve them. Okay. So the very first thing I would want to all of you to know is, what are the topics that are covered when we talk about verbal ability. So these are the topics that we have to understand. We should have a very great idea about how to solve reading comprehension. We should know about passage completion, missing words, close passage जिसको कहते हैं, close test जिसको कहते हैं. Passage completion of missing sentences is also one thing that you need to be very good at, right? Then spotting errors is one part that you have to be good at. Apart from this, phrasal verbs, subject verb agreement is there, noun pronoun agreement is there, all the grammatical point of view, like all the parts of grammar, you have to be good at that, right? And prepositions, antonyms, synonyms, all of these things that we are going to talk about. Okay, so before I start with my session, I would want all of you to tell me, is my screen visible to all of you? And please like my session, guys. If you like the way I teach, or if you understand whatever I tell you, you can please like the live session also, and tell me if my screen is visible or not. If I can get some responses, is my screen visible to everyone? Okay, I think so. It is visible. Great. Soumyadeep has told me that it is visible. Okay. So proceeding further, we will take up the very first question of today's class. And as I always tell my students to give it a go and see what option is the correct one. So the very first question for you all over here is, you have to find out the most appropriate word that is going to fit in the blank over there. So this is one kind of question that is asked from you all in the placement companies. So there is a sentence that is given to you. It has two blanks. You have to figure out which option is going to fit in over there. Okay. There are many jobs where workers deal with dash situations. Therefore, companies must ensure that proper safety dash are in place to protect the workers from any injury. So there are four options given to you: hazarding precautions, hazardous measures, then hazards and measures, and hazard and gears. So can you tell me which is the correct option over there? So okay. Soumyadeep says B is the correct option. Any other option that I can get from people? Okay, Dilip is also there going with B answer, B option. Akshay says B. Anil also says B is the correct answer. Okay. Okay, great. So see guys, let's understand how did we find out that B. First of all, see over here, when you say are, right? When you see this word are, it is a helping verb, and when you understand that are is there, that means in the blank you are definitely going to put in a plural word. Okay, this is how you save time. As in the beginning of the video, I was talking about time management skills, right? This is how you save your time. So when you say are, that means in the blank you will not be able to use any singular word. Okay, so there are the first option, that is C. It is already eliminated because it is singular. Measure are, you cannot say measure are. Okay, so now there are three options you are remaining with, A, B and D. Now when you say deal with hazarding situations, if in the first blank you use hazarding, that is going to make your sentence grammatically incorrect. So we cannot go with A option because of the word hazarding, the ing which is there with that word. Okay, so A option is eliminated itself. Now when you say hazard situations, again, because here in the blank, the requirement of the blank is adjective, guys. We are talking about the quality of the situation. What kind of situations are we talking about? Hazardous situations, right? Not hazarding, not hazard. So B option is going to be the correct answer, because the first blank requires an adjective and the second blank requires a plural word. So hazardous measures is going to be the correct answer for blank number 1 and 2. There are many jobs where workers deal with hazardous situations. Therefore, companies must ensure that proper safety measures are in place to protect the workers from any injury. Okay, so always understand, whenever you're giving your exam, you have to find out that, okay, is written, that means you have to use a singular word. Maybe are is written, that means you have to use a plural word. Maybe had is written, that means past tense is going to come, right? So this is how you save your time, and this is how you understand which is the correct answer. Okay, proceeding to the next question over. Okay, this is the explanation that I have given you. So hazardous and measures is going to be the correct answer for this question. Second question for you over here. Again, it is a fill in the blank with an appropriate word. And let me tell you guys, all the questions that I take up in my live sessions are taken from previous year question papers of TCS NQT. So please understand the concepts well. Understand how am I telling you how to solve the questions. That is quite important. So read the question. Do you remember dash seats for the theatre tomorrow? Yes, I have the tickets here. Do you mind dash it with you? I fear I may lose them. So would you please see which option is going to fill in the blank? Read the question and tell me the answer. I am waiting for your answers in the chat box. So I can see many people replying. Abhishek says C. Okay. Many times he is saying that C is the correct option. Okay, I understood. Anybody else? Soumyadeep is saying C. Omkar. Okay. Okay. So C, booking and to keep. Do you remember booking seats for the theatre tomorrow? Yes, I have the tickets here. Do you mind to keep it with you? I fear I may lose them. Okay. Now C, do you remember to have booked? We cannot use to have booked because that is making our sentence grammatically wrong. Do you remember booked? This also we cannot use. Why? Because do is used. Along with do, you cannot go with a past form of verb. Then, do you remember to book seats for the theatre tomorrow? This also cannot be there because do you mind keep cannot be there. Do you mind keep it is going to make your sentence grammatically incorrect. So, if we see the explanation, the correct answer would be C. Why? Do you remember booking seats for the theatre tomorrow? Because the sentence is in present tense. The requirement of the blank is ing form of verb. Right? Do you remember, for example, if I say, do you remember going to that place? Right? So this is how we use these kind of sentences. Do you remember doing that work in time? So ing is the requirement of this particular blank, and that is why do you remember booking seats for the theatre tomorrow is the correct answer for the first blank. And then, yes, I have the tickets here. Do you mind dash it with you? I fear I may lose them. So do you mind to keep it with you? I fear I may lose them. Because he's saying that I might lose the tickets, so I would request you to keep it with you. So Durga is saying D is the correct answer, which is wrong. So understand that C is the correct answer for this kind of a blank. Okay, I will go with the third one. Now we have reached to the third question. It is again a fill in the blank with an appropriate word. I'm going to read it for you. The Indian Air Force was established on 8th October 1932 as a part of an auxiliary air force of the British Empire and was known as the Royal Air Force. It was only after India became a republic in 1950 that the name dashed to Indian Air Force. Okay. Now, can you tell me which is the correct answer for this one? A. Ayushi Singh is saying C. Gupta ji, okay. A. Somadeep, A. Abhishek. Most of you are going with A answer. Okay. So let's understand how A is the correct answer. First of all, look at this blank, the first one. So those who are choosing other options apart from A, understand that judiciously, official and officious. First of all, D option will be straight away eliminated because there is no word called officious in English language. Then C would be eliminated because we cannot say the Indian Air Force was official established. It has to be officially established because that blank requires an adverb. So when you know that the blank requires an adverb, automatically you understand that ly is the requirement of the blank, right? Judiciously we cannot say because it has a different meaning. We cannot be judicious. Judicious is related to judgment, right? So first one would be the correct answer. Those who have answered the A option, all of you are correct. So the Indian Air Force was officially established on 8th October. This is what this first sentence says. It was only after India became a republic in 1950 that the name was changed to Indian Air Force. So yeah, A is going to be the appropriate answer for blank number 1 and 2 for question number 3. Okay, now a little bit of change in the question. Now we have to choose the part where there is an error. So there is a part of the sentence that is given to you and we have to choose where the error lies. So there is no doubt that this is the most difficult but disrupting year that many of us will ever have experienced. I would love to see you answering for this kind of a question. Anyone? Abhishek is always answering A for every answer. I don't think so that A is the right answer over here. Abhishek, I would request you to please read the question once. Okay, rest of you, if you can tell me which do you think is the error, where the error lies in the statement. There is no doubt that this is the most difficult but disrupting year that many of us will ever have experienced. So Amit says A, okay. Somadeep says B. Rakesh is going with A, B. Okay. So let's understand. First of all, let's understand that what is the error over here in the sentence. The error lies in option number B, which is very correct. But in option number over here, A. Why it is correct? So most of you, those who were answering for option number A, Abhishek was also one of them going with option number A. So yeah, you were right. Now, how is this the correct answer? The word over here, disrupting, that is the only error in the entire sentence. You cannot say disrupting year. You will be saying disruptive year because, see guys, if you know what is an adjective talks about the quality or further information about the given word, right? So if in this sentence, year is given, so definitely we are going to talk about the quality of this year. What kind of year we are facing? It is difficult, but disruptive year. So the correct word should be disruptive. D-I-S-R-U-P-T-I-V-E, not ing. You cannot say disrupting year because the requirement, the error lies over there. We need an adjective, but their ing form of verb is given, which is a gerund. So that is wrong. So the correct should be, there is no doubt that this is the most difficult but disruptive year that many of us will have experienced. I'll show you the explanation over here. So this is important and you need to know about this. Disruptive is the correct adjective to describe the year in question, causing interruption or disturbance. So disruptive का मतलब क्या होता है? What is the meaning of disruptive? Causing disturbance or interruption. So we cannot say disrupting. It is the present participle form of verb, but we are looking for an adjective. So to make the blank an adjective, disruptive is the correct answer for the blank. Okay. So we have moved to question number 5. Before I start with question number 5, am I clear? I think we have experienced will be the correct form. Okay. Please, can you let me know that all the questions you are understanding and you are getting the idea of it? Disruptive, disrupting. You had the idea what I was trying to tell you. That ing form and adjective. There are two different things that we talk about. Can I get just a yes if I was clear with that disruptive and disrupting thing? Okay. Okay, moving further with the question number 5. We have to choose one blank, one answer for the blank. So the sentence says, when Bablu Pandit went back to Mirzapur 3 years ago, he found that a lot of changes dash. So most of you are going with B option, because this entire sentence, guys, it lies in past perfect tense. So when we see that Bablu Pandit went, the word went is showing that the sentence has to be in past tense, right? So automatically A and C option will be eliminated, because these are talking about the present tense. We cannot use any present tense in that blank. Okay, so that is why B1 should be the correct answer, because when Bablu Pandit went back to Mirzapur 3 years ago, it absolutely is showing that we are talking about past tense. He found that a lot of changes were taken place. We cannot say, because this is incorrect, this is grammatically wrong. So we will say that a lot of changes had taken place, which is the right one. So had taken place would be the correct answer. B1 is the correct answer, as all of you are telling me. Okay. So I'll quickly show you the explanation for this. When we talk about had plus past participle form, that means when we are talking about something that had happened at some point of time in the past, that is why we use past participle. So we always use verb third form with had, and that is why we are going with had taken place. That is option number B in the sentence number 5, in the question number 5. Okay, now coming with question number 6. I would want all of you to go through the question, read the question once, and tell me which do you think is the correct option for that. Melting glaciers add to the rising sea levels, which in turn increases coastal dash and elevates storm surge, as warming air and ocean temperatures create more frequent and intense coastal storms like hurricanes, typhoons. Specifically, the Greenland and Arctic ice sheets are the largest dash of global sea level rise. Now, which do you think is the correct answer for this one? Akshay is asking me present के लिए have आता है? Yes, absolutely. Akshay, for present, simple present tense we go with have. If we are talking about something that has happened in the present tense, right? For example, I have qualified my interview today. So when you say I have qualified my interview today, we will be using have plus third form of verb, because we are talking about something that has recently happened in the present. So yeah, you go with have at that place. But with have, had and has, all the three, the form of verb which we will be using is the third form. So you use the third form of verb, but has and have will be used in present tense and had will be used in past tense. Okay. A1, first erosion and C contributors. Okay, so we cannot say eroded, corrode and corrosion, because these have different kind of meanings. Erosion is the thing. Erosion means which is, imbalance of water and everywhere. So when you are talking about that first blank, we are talking about something that increases coastal erosions and it elevates. Elevates means it increases the storm surge, as warming air and ocean temperatures create more frequent and intense coastal storms like hurricanes and typhoons. So yes, the first option will go with blank number A, which is erosion, and the second one, the Greenland and Arctic ice sheets are the largest contributors of global sea level rise. So these two places are contributing to the rise of sea level. So contributors would be the correct answer for blank number 2. So absolutely, those who are going with option number A, I think that you are right at this part. A, erosion, and C, contributors has to be the correct word. I would like to ask Akshay if I have made myself clear with the present and past tense. So you should know that has and have are used for present tense along with the third form of verb. But has is used with singulars, guys, and have is used with plural. For example, you have done your work, we will say, and he has done his work, we will say, because he, she, it, and now are singular form of subjects, and I, you, we, they, plural are considered as plural point of the subjects. Okay, so here is question number 7 for all of you. Which of the following sentences does not use formal language? Please tell me the correct answer. Which do you think is the correct answer for this one? which one does not use a formal language? You have to choose one sentence जिसमें there is no formal language used. That kind of sentence we need to choose. Okay, many of you are going with A. Sanskriti, Trisha. Trisha is going with option number D, which is very, very formal. Please proceed to gate number 3 immediately. Okay, so guys, understand when the question asks you to find out a formal sentence or to find out an informal sentence. See, the question is saying which of the following sentences does not use a formal language. That means we have to find out the most informal sentence that is given to us. So see, in a short time, we will serve refreshments. The first sentence, there is no phrasal verb used. There is no slang language used over here. It is absolutely a formal sentence that is given to you. So A cannot be the right answer. B1, welcome aboard. To operate your seat belt, insert the metal tab into the buckle and pull right. This is absolutely formal. This is how they must be delivering instructions on a plane. So it is absolutely formal. There is no phrasal verb used, no slang language used. Now see the third one. We would like to thank you folks for flying with us today. Now when you say thank you folks, this is an informal statement. This is something that is not used in formal terms. You cannot say you folks are invited to the meeting today. No, it can be everyone is invited in the meeting today. Yeah, the coordinators are invited in the meeting today. There has to be a formal word or formal tone used in the sentence. So C1, thank you folks. Only because of this particular statement, thank you folks, we are making it informal, and the correct answer should be C. We cannot say thank you folks. It can be thank you people, maybe a different word. So C would be the correct answer for not using a formal language. So C is the correct answer. Now those who were telling option number D, yeah, Sanskriti, you have understood. Those who are going with option number D, this is the final boarding call for passengers. Neha and Mohit Saini booked on flight 372A to Kansas City. Please proceed to gate 3 immediately. It's absolutely formal. There is no use of slang language. There is no use of phrasal verbs. So it is absolutely formal. So the correct answer would be answer number C. Okay, now we have come to another kind of a question where we have to find out the two blanks which are remaining, which are not there. We have to find out which sentence is going to fit in where. So the sentence starts with INS Vikrant was the first aircraft carrier to be designed by the Directorate of Naval Design of the Indian Navy. Right? So now this sentence is talking about the making of, the designing of the Directorate of Naval Design of Indian Navy. Now we have to connect this sentence with one another sentence which should have more information about the designing of that particular naval, right? So please understand, please tell me which should be the correct answer for sentence number 2. Marvel says B. B, that is QP. It took a long time to build a warship which was indigenously built by the Cochin shipyard. Okay. Any sentence which is talking further about the designing of that? Some of you are going with option number A. So the keel for Vikrant was laid by the defense minister at the Cochin shipyard on 28th of February 2009. About 6,000 tons. See, now see this sentence. About 26,000 tons of different types of steel were manufactured by the Bilai Steel Plant, Chhattisgarh, and Rourkela Steel Plant, Odisha. Due to this, it became the first ship to be built completely using domestically produced steel. Now, what do you mean by domestically produced steel? That it was made in India only. The steel was taken away. It was taken from both the plants from India. So we can understand that R and S number 4, the sentence number 4, are a mandatory pair, right? So we have to go with an option which ends with R. So we have two options, C and D, right? Now, P1, because it is explaining further about the designing of that particular thing. Keel means, K-E-E-L, keel means a long, structure of steel that is made for the aircraft, that can be called keel. So it was for Vikrant was laid by the defense minister at the Cochin shipyard on 28th February 2009. So the correct sequence, I think, should be P and R, because that is connecting with sentence number 1 and sentence number 4, and that is the R sentence is a mandatory pair to sentence number 4. because due to this is a connector, guys. When you read connectors now, they help you a lot in your exam. Due to this means that you are connecting with this particular sentence, and that is why R is the sentence which should come on the place of sentence number 3. So the correct answer should be D. PR is the correct answer. So those who are giving me D answer, it's absolutely correct. Kunal has given me the correct answer. I can see Vanita has given me a correct answer. Abhishek, many of you are giving me the correct answers. So it's great to see you people replying that ways. Okay, question number 9 for you over here. There are 4 sentences again. Now we have to find out which sentence is going to fill in the blanks 2 and 3. Now please read the first sentence. The Hawa Mahal or Palace of the Wind was built for the female residents of Jaipur City Palace. Okay, so we can understand that the passage is talking about Hawa Mahal, and we have to relate the sentence number 1 with another sentence at the second place. So let's see. The Hawa Mahal or Palace of the Wind was built for female residents of Jaipur City Palace. Which should be the correct blank for sentence number 2? Which should be the correct option? The vented ornate windows and balconies provided passive cooling, keeping the interior more comfortable than the sun-baked streets, all without using any mechanical air conditioning devices. So maybe we will go with, you tell me, which should be the correct answer according to you? Quickly. Pawan is going with D. Okay, some of you are going with answer number B. Okay, let's see the explanation. Option number A, sentence number Q is a mandatory pair with sentence number 1. Let's have a look at this. Now Q1, traditionally the women of Jaipur wear scarves over their faces when in public. Now because the first statement is saying that Hawa Mahal or the Palace of Wind was built for female residents. Now the second sentence we need to justify why was it built for the female residents. So basically they were always wearing scarves on their faces when in public. So it gave the women, the women of City Palace to watch the activities on the streets of the city. Why? Because they were having all veils and scarves. So if that particular mahal was built, from there they could see everything that was happening on the streets of the city, right? So I think the sentence number 3 should be replaced with option number R, and then it is going to be connected with sentence number 4. So R should be the third sentence, and we have only one option going with R, that is Q and R. So I think A should be the correct answer for this blank. Why? Because sentence number 1 is connecting with sentence number Q. It is telling you why was there a need to build a mahal for the females, because they were always having scarves on their faces, and that is why that entire palace was built for them, so that they could go inside the palace and have a look at the palace, right, and have a look at the happenings which were going on in the street. Okay, now we have come to question number 10. It is a completion sentence, so please read what is written over there. Self-styled visionaries and people, particularly fond of their pajamas, have for decades been arguing that a lot of work in large shared offices could better be done at home. So with COVID-19, their dash were put to the test in a huge, if not in a randomized trial. Now, what was put into a test? We can understand that they had a vision, they had a thought that wearing pajamas is a lot more comfortable at work. Now, this particular thing was kept, at a test. Now, what do we call that particular thing? We cannot say mindset. Can we say idea? Can we say philosophy? Or can we say design? Which should be the correct answer? Select the answers. B1, in first, ideas should be there, and in the second one, I think you are going with option number S, which is prefer. Okay, so see, when you are talking about somebody's vision and somebody's, particularly when you are thinking that way, so you cannot say that they had their mindset. They didn't have a mindset that you should wear pajamas to work because that is comfortable. That is an idea, and that is not even a philosophy also, and it is not a design also. Philosophy is a way bigger term, and mindset is again a way bigger term. It is just an idea. So in the sentence number 1, in the blank number 1, we are going to fill Q, that is idea. Yes, a lot of work can be done at home, and what is more, many people seem to dash doing it there. Now, what people want to do it over there? They prefer doing it there. They prefer doing their work from home because sitting in your pajamas and working whole day, it is way more comfortable than going to offices. And this people have realized in COVID-19 period. So yes, those who have chosen answer number 1, this thing Q and S, that is B1, it is absolutely correct, and you have chosen the right answer. Yeah, many of you are going with B option, which is the correct one. Okay, this is the explanation. So we go with idea word. We are not going with philosophy, or we are not going with design and mindset also. Okay, now from question number 11, there is a slight change of the question patterns of TCS NQT, and now we are proceeding towards more of grammar. It is a question related to prepositions, guys, and you have to find out which preposition is going to fit in the blank clearly and properly. And the question says, Avogadro Samuel found many blunders in my essay when he went dash it. So first of all, anybody who could tell me the meaning of blunders? If you can reply. What is the meaning of blunders? That is my question to all of you. So most of you are going with option number B, but nobody is telling me answer for the word blunder. What do you mean by blunder? Though. Sujit is writing though. Sujit, there is a difference between though and so. Silly mistakes. Okay, Sujit is saying that blunders means silly mistake. Okay, many of you are telling me to. Yeah, not silly mistakes, guys. It is a big mistake. Silly mistake is a mistake. See, when you make a mistake, a small one, it is just a mistake. It can be an error also if you are relating it to technical terms. But when it is a big one, then it is blunder. So even if your exam, you get that if you make a very big mistake, which word are you going to replace it with? You cannot say mistake, because mistake can be a small one, error can be a small one. But when you say blunder, that means a big mistake, which cannot be, it's something, a big one. So it's not silly, it's a big one, blunder. So how many, when this person found blunders in my essay, he went through it. So through is the correct answer, because through means going through the entire thing, starting from the top till the bottom. So through is the correct answer. Meaning of into, I would love to explain all of you over here, because it comes in the exam quite often. So into means movement from outside to inside. For example, if I say that when she saw the lizard out of her room, she ran into her room. Now into her room means that the girl must have ran from outside to inside. But in specifically shows the location where you are right now. For example, I am in my room right now, right? But if I show you the movement from outside to inside, then I will use into. So these are very basic differences in prepositions that you need to have very clear idea about, so that you can find the correct. Soumyadeep is saying, I made a blunder by not joining TCS crash previously. Okay, Soumyadeep, that's a very nice example that you have given me. And yeah, one more thing that I got to know from this is, when you are using the word blunder, you do not use mistake with it. You cannot say I made a blunder mistake. I have seen many students using the same sentences, which is grammatically wrong. It has to be a blunder. Blunder itself is a mistake. So you cannot say blunder mistake. Prerna is asking me, what about from the room? Okay, Prerna, if I say from the room, like I am coming from the room, that means there is a location from where I have started moving. So it is not showing you, because it is not clarifying where are you going. It is only telling you that you were coming from a particular place, right? For example, I am coming from Delhi, so I'll take another half an hour to reach. So this sentence is only telling you about the location from where you are coming. But the word into shows your movement from outside to inside. This is the difference. I hope I made myself clear to everyone. Okay, so B is the correct answer for this question number 11. Let's see question number 12 over here. After a few minutes, the Ganpati bus will pass dash a tunnel. Now, please read and tell me which should be the correct answer for blank number 12. It is going to pass dash a tunnel. What does that mean? Yeah. Okay, Prerna, I'm happy that you understood. It's great to help you. C, people are saying C. Okay. Now see that there are two sentences, guys. We solved two sentences, the 11th one and the 12th one. In both of them, through is the correct answer. But see the difference of the sentence that we are having. In the first one, we were talking about essay. In the second one, we are talking about a tunnel. So let's understand the meaning of the word through. Through means something that shows your movement from starting till the end. For example, through this course, you are going to understand many concepts of grammar through this course. So means starting from the beginning till the end of the course, you are going to understand many examples and many ideas about grammatical rules, right? In cannot be there. We cannot say we will pass in a tunnel. Under shows location down of something. So you cannot say under a tunnel. हाँ, अगर tunnel की जगह यहाँ bridge होता, if this tunnel word would be replaced with bridge, then we can say under a bridge. After a few minutes, the Ganpati bus will pass under a bridge. Then we can say that. But when it is tunnel and the train is inside the tunnel going throughout the entire track, so through is the correct answer for this blank also. Sentence number 1. Yes, somebody is saying under bridge and table होता है, बिल्कुल ठीक है. Under tunnel कैसे होगा? नहीं हो सकता. Exactly, very good. And through is the right answer. Thank you so much for those very eminent replies. Many of you are giving me that and under नहीं हो सकता. That is what I was explaining to all of you. So yeah, thank you so much. Okay, question number 13 over here for all of you. Marcelo showed cruelty dash his cat Tom. Now, which should be the correct answer for sentence number 13? Marcelo showed cruelty dash his cat Tom against his cat Tom off by towards. Which one do you think should be the correct answer? Sanskriti goes with B, off his cat Tom. Okay, Devnath goes with D. Okay, most of you are going with D option, that is towards. So yes, absolutely. When you are telling, okay, I'll quickly discuss with you the meaning of towards. Towards means related to somebody, towards something, through the direction of somebody, right? So towards is the correct one. Marcelo showed cruelty towards his cat Tom. Against, why against cannot be the answer? Because against itself is a negative terminology. It itself shows that you are doing something against somebody. So here against is going to be a wrong preposition because we are saying that Marcelo showed cruelty, right? If the sentence would have been Marcelo was against his cat Tom, then we could have used against. But when we are talking about cruelty, it's a kind of a feeling that you are showing towards somebody. So towards is going to be the correct answer. By, now let's understand the meaning of by also. There are two meanings of the preposition by. One, next to, right? When you are saying close to or next to somebody, then also we use by. For example, we sat by the fire on that chilly winter morning. Now, we sat by the fire means we were sitting near to the fire. Also, by means, when you talk about के द्वारा, जिसको हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं. For example, we reached the college by bus today. So it just means that by bus you were coming to the college and you reached the college by bus. So by can be used in two parameters. One, talking about how did you reach, talking about the direction, talking about what was the mode of reaching there, and second, next to or near to. So these two are the meanings of by. So yeah, towards is the explanation. We would be using the preposition towards to indicate a direction or the relationship. Okay. Moving to question number 14 for you all. Yeah. Now, there is a word given to you that Rakesh once pronounced the word sepulchral. Now, sepulchral is a word, the pronunciation of this word is sepulchral, and we have to find out the meaning of the word sepulchral. What do you think is the meaning of the word sepulchral? Anybody who could tell me? Which do you think is the meaning of the word sepulchral? This way you can use some words also, you can learn new words also. D, quenched. Okay. First of all, we need to know. See, guys, when you are solving questions like antonyms, synonyms, at that point of time, you need to have very good clarity about the meanings of the word. Right? If you do not know the meanings of the words, then it is going to be a problem for you. You will never be able to solve it. So, see, gloomy means sad. Gloomy means not very happy when you are sad about something. Gratified means thankful. Gratified means when you feel thankful of something or somebody. Then happy means happy, you know that. Quenched means when you have been satisfied. For example, generally this word quench is used for thirst. I have quenched my thirst by drinking water. So means you have satisfied your thirst by drinking water. So quenched means satisfying or slowing it down or bringing it down. But sepulchral means gloomy. Sepulchral means when you are sad about something, when you do not like something, when you are upset about something. So let's see the explanation over here quickly. Yeah, sepulchral means it is an adjective that describes something related to a tomb or a burial, often evoking a sense of gloominess or being reminiscent of a tomb. So maybe related to tomb or a burial or maybe death of somebody. Sepulchral means very gloomy. You were upset. You were sad. That is the correct antonym of the word. So if the question asks you about the meaning, you have to find out what is the meaning of the word. So gloomy is the right option. Now moving further with the one more question for today, that is fill in the blank. And again we have to find out which is the correct answer, which we are going to fit in with the blank over here. Ratan Tata dash his car from office to home every day. Now please tell me which should be the correct answer for this one. Ratan Tata dash his car from office to home every day. Which one do you think is the correct answer for this? Just give me some answers in the chat box. I'm going to read your chats. Ma'am, how to handle this type of question in exam? So, Amandeep, which type of question are you asking me this time? Question number 15th one. Okay. Okay, if you are asking me, Soumyadeep, if you are asking me about the vocabulary part, so it is very difficult to learn all the vocabulary. I have told you many times that vocabulary is an ocean, and there are so many words that you can study and you can learn. But I would suggest you to prepare for question papers. Like if you are practicing question papers of the previous years. Now generally what happens that many questions will get stuck from the previous year question papers. So if you are practicing every day and learning at least 5 words every day, that is going to be very, very helpful for you. So take up any 5 words, learn its meaning, learn its antonym, and try to use it in your language. When the more you will use it in your language, the more you will remember how to use that. So this is the only way somebody to learn words. Yeah, so drives is the correct answer. Ratan Tata drives his car from office to home every day. Now please understand this concept. This sentence is of simple present tense or present indefinite tense also. Whenever you are talking about an action that happens on a regular basis, a habit, an action that continues to happen, we always use S or ES with the singular subjects. So when Ratan Tata is written over here, that means it is a singular subject. So you will be using drives because it is mandatory. It is a rule that in simple present tense you will be using S or ES along with the verb when you are talking about a singular subject. Ratan Tata ki jagah yahan I hota, any other subject would have been used like they. So we would have used drive. They drive their car from office to home every day. I drive my car from office to home every day. Yeah, right. Reena and her friends drive their car from office to home every day. But because Ratan Tata is a singular entity, it is a singular subject. That is why we will be going with drives. It is mandatory for you all to use S or ES along with subjects which are singular. Okay, so I hope that it is clear to everyone. Can I get a yes if it is clear? The question number 15th one. Yeah. And understand. Okay, one more thing. Understand the differences between the tenses. Like this one is from simple present tense or simple indefinite present indefinite tense. यहाँ पे अगर is लग जाता, रतन टाटा is driving, so it is automatically understood that we will be using ing form with is, are, was, were, right? So we will be using ing form of verb over there. अगर has, have, had लग जाए, if you are using has, have, had, then it is very much understood that you will be using third form of verb over there. So understand these basic concepts, right? Is, am, are, was, were, ing form of verb. Has, have, had, you will be using third form of verb. So if will is used, shall is used, then first form of verb. So then if you practice your grammar this way now, you will never be forgetting things. So yeah, this was my final question for today. I would just be quickly going through the questions that we have discussed. So remember, sepulchral means gloomy when you are sad or upset about something. Gratified means it shows thankfulness towards something. Quenched means when you have quenched your thirst, you have satisfied your thirst. Then there were some more words that I can discuss with you that we have already studied. Thoroughly means from starting from the end till the beginning. Thoroughly means completely, properly. Blunder means a very big mistake, and with blunder we do not use mistake or small. If you say I have made a small blunder, this sentence is grammatically incorrect. You cannot say that. So you will always say I made a blunder. Even if you say I made a blunder mistake, then also it is wrong. You cannot say blunder mistake. Also, many of you make mistakes like I will revert you back on the email. This is a very incorrect sentence because when you are using revert, you cannot say back. In the same way, can you please repeat your question again? So again is wrong because if you are using repeat, you will not use again. So these are the basic question structures that come in your exam and you need to know about all of this. So please understand that how to solve such questions, right? So if there is anything else that you would want to talk about or type in the chat box, we have a few minutes. I would love to answer your questions if you want. And I would love to show you my our crash course which we are offering at Online Study for You. This is the crash course that we are offering for TCS NQT preparation. You can join the course, see us in the classes, and I would very quickly share the schedule also with you. So these are our students who have qualified big packages. This is the schedule that we follow, guys. Once again, I am sharing this with you. So here goes our classes this way. So verbal ability is the English part that I take up. It's on Monday. Then Tuesdays we devote for coding, which is taken by Nitin sir, Shruti ma'am, Anshika ma'am. Then on Wednesdays we have aptitude and reasoning by Prateek sir. Thursdays again we have coding. And please understand that these are the only parameters how you will be able to qualify any placement test. QA, LR, VA, and coding. These are the only things. Once you qualify this, then we can start preparing for interviews. We can start preparing for group discussion rounds. In our classes at Online Study for You, we definitely we do that group discussion thing. I have taken some classes where we have divided the groups and we took a very nice group discussion. Also some interview classes, interview preparation we have done. So there are many things to learn. I would love to see you in my classes if you get a chance to do that. So these I was telling you about the timetable. So Thursdays we have coding, then Fridays we have aptitude and reasoning again by Prateek sir, and Saturdays we have live mock test, because without the mock test it's not going to be. Sanskriti says, can you suggest which topics to go through for handle these type of questions? What kind of questions are you asking me, Sanskriti? Can you please be a little more specific? So if you are asking me about if you are Sanskriti, if you are asking me about vocabulary questions, then I have already answered that for Soumyadeep, that for vocabulary you need to learn at least 5 words per day and try to use them in your language. 5 words per day is again a very, very big amount of words that we use. So at least 5 words per day if you learn, so you will be able to retain a few of them in the entire week. So not just learning, after learning you need to practice those words in your own language. That is the only way to remember words. What happens with us is like we learn words, we do not use them in our language, and then at the end of the day we forget what did we learn. So the only way out for vocabulary kind of questions is take up 5 words, learn its meaning, learn the antonym, learn the synonym, and use it in your language. Then you will not be able to forget it. The more you use it, the more you become habitual with it, the more you are not going to forget it. For grammar category of questions, you need to have very much clarity about the basic rules and regulations, basic concepts of English grammar. So the tips and tricks, as I told you, that if is, am, are, was, were is used, ing form of verb will be used, has, have, had is used, third form of verb will be used, will is used, first form of verb will be used, did is used, then first form of verb will be used. So basic sentence structures and basic concepts of grammar need to be very clear with you. So then you will be able to solve English grammar questions. Don't stop the video on YouTube, please. Okay. Kunal ma'am, how do you do the reading comprehension? Because it takes more than a lot of time to solve. Yeah, Kunal, absolutely. This is a very big problem that students face with reading comprehension. I myself, in the beginning, when I started preparing, I used to face issues. But now, first of all, reading comprehensions require a lot of practice. The more you practice, the more you get clarity. But the major aim, like the major way how to solve a reading comprehension, Kunal, would be skimming, scanning, and then finding the answers. So the very first thing is skim the entire passage, just have an idea about what the passage is talking about. Second step would be go to the questions, understand what am I looking for, then come back to the paragraph, scan the paragraph where the answer is given, and find out the answer. But like all this requires a lot of time, and divide your time. For example, you are getting 24 questions to be solved in 30 minutes. If I talk about TCS NQT, and there are 4 questions in an RC, and the RC is quite long. So divide that. Okay, 4 questions, that means I'm going to give 6 minutes to the reading comprehension, and rest 24 minutes I'm going to solve the other 20 questions, right? So divide your time this way. So 6 minutes means I will be solving the RC, not more than 6 to 7 minutes. First, have an idea what the passage is talking about, then find out the answers, find out what the question is asking you, and then find out the answer. Always use the elimination method. Keep cancelling, keep removing what answers you have already found. So these are a few tips and tricks. Ma'am, I want to take this course, and now, yeah, Pratik sir would be able to answer that well. And yes, definitely, I think we would be able to. Ma'am, the main problem arises when the passage is full of information. That time I get confused. Okay, yes, Kunal, that means there is a problem with the reading aptitude. If you are not able to remember the information, if you are not able to retain the information that you are reading in the passage, that means there is an issue with your reading comprehension. So for this, I would suggest you every day take out 10 minutes and read a passage. The more your comprehensibility will be improving, the more you will become cohesive with the sentences. By cohesion, I mean that if you are understanding the relation between one sentence with the another and the relation between one paragraph and the another, that means you are a good reader. And that comes with practice. So if you take out 10 minutes every day and you read a passage, any passage, you take it from the internet, maybe you can refer a book. So develop your reading ability. Then the more you read, the more information you will be able to retain in your mind. So, yeah. I think this is it for the day. I hope I was able to answer all your questions as far as I could. And whatever we discussed today, I hope that it was clear to all of you. Okay. So thank you everybody for being a part of today's live. It was great talking to all of you. I would definitely request all of you to come up in the classes so that we can have a lot of healthy discussions more. And yeah, so I will sign out for today. Thank you everyone. Have a great evening ahead.
पापा कब चलोगे तुम? पापा घूमने कब चलोगे?
चलो